Now, preview time. So let's take a look at what's coming your way.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another brand new installment of Renegades Reviews, exclusively here as always on the Casa D18 Studios channel. I, of course, am your host, the Renegade JJ Williams, and today we're going to continue with the Freddy Krueger saga as we take a look at A Nightmare on Elm Street Part 3, Dream Warriors, starring Robert Englund, Heather Langenkamp, Patricia Arquette, Ken Sagas, Craig Wasson, Lawrence Fishburne, John Saxon, and Nan Martin. What's going on, everybody? Thank you for joining me here once again for another brand new installment of Renegades Reviews. As I said during the introduction, we're going to keep things going today with the next chapter of the Elm Street saga, Nightmare on Elm Street Part 3, Dream Warriors. And our movie opens 1 year after the events of the previous film. As teenager, Kristen Parker dreams that Freddy Krueger is chasing her. He attacks her in the bathroom after she thinks that she's already awake, making it look like she slit her wrists here in the real world. Now believing that Kristen is suicidal, her mother admits her to Weston Hills Psychiatric Hospital, where she is placed under the care of Dr. Neil Gordon. At the hospital, Kristen fights the orderlies, who try to sedate her because she fears falling asleep. The new intern therapist, Nancy Thompson, calms her down and befriends her by reciting part of Freddy's nursery rhyme. Nancy is then introduced to the rest of Dr. Gordon's patients: Philip, a habitual sleepwalker; Kincaid, a tough kid from the streets who is prone to violence; Jennifer, a hopeful television actress who is prone to cigarette burns; Will, who uses a wheelchair due to a prior attempted suicide; Taryn, a recovering drug addict; and Joey, the youngest, who is too traumatized to speak. One night, Freddy attacks Kristen in her dreams, but she unwittingly pulls Nancy into her dream with her, which allows them to escape. Kristen then reveals that she has been able to pull people into her dreams ever since she was young. Over the next 2 nights, Freddy throws Philip off of a roof and kills Jennifer by smashing her head into a television. In their next group session, Nancy reveals to the remaining patients that they are the last of the Elm Street kids, the surviving children of the parents who band together and burned Krueger to death many years ago. Both Nancy and Neil encourage them to try group hypnosis so that they can experience a shared dream and discover their dream powers. In the dream, Joey wanders off and is captured by Freddy, which leaves him comatose in the real world. As a result, Neil and Nancy are relieved of duty. Meanwhile, a nun named Sister Mary Helena tells Neil that Freddy is the son of a young woman who was on the hospital staff named Amanda Krueger, and she was accidentally locked in the hospital over the holidays with hundreds of mental patients who continually raped her. Sister Mary Helena also tells Neil that the only way to stop Freddy is to lay his bones to rest in peace. Nancy takes Neil with her to find her father, Officer Donald Thompson, and ask him where the bones are hidden. However, Officer Thompson is uncooperative. Nancy rushes back to the hospital when she learns that Kristen has been sedated. But Neil stays behind in order to convince Donald to help them. Nancy and the others then engage in group hypnosis in order to reunite with Kristen, but they are all separated by Freddy. Taryn and Will end up being killed by Freddy, while Kristen, Nancy, and Kincaid are able to find one another. The trio are able to rescue Joey, but they are unable to defeat Freddy because he has become too powerful due to all the souls he has absorbed. Sensing that his remains have been found in the real world, Freddy appropriates his own skeleton and kills Donald before incapacitating Neil. Freddy then returns to attack the others, but Joey uses his dream power voice to repel him. Donald tells Nancy that he is crossing over, but it is revealed to be Freddy, and he stabs Nancy in the stomach and tosses her aside. Freddy, believing that Nancy is dead, comes upon Kristen in order to kill her, but a still alive Nancy stabs him with his own glove. Neil manages to recover and purifies Freddy's bones, killing him. After Nancy dies, Kristen manages to awaken everyone and return them to the real world. During the funeral for the patients, Neil spots Sister Mary Helena and follows her until she magically disappears, ending up at the tombstone of Amanda Krueger and discovering that she is Sister Mary Helena. That evening, Neil goes to sleep with the Malaysian dream doll that Nancy gave him, as well as Kristen's papier-mâché house nearby. Suddenly, Kristen's house lights up from the inside, suggesting that Freddy is not completely defeated as our movie comes to its end. Much like I said yesterday, generally speaking, the more you go through the series, the more sequels that come out, the worse they get. Once again, I wholeheartedly disagree. This film right here is my favorite in the entire Freddy saga. Why? Because, like I discussed in the first one, the one part about it that I didn't care for, we got Freddy's ultimate backstory. We learned about his mother. We learned about how he came to be. His mother was raped by mental patients, and she ended up conceiving this bastard child called Fred Krueger. Now we understand a little bit more why he was the way he was, why he was a child murderer. He is the spawn of all of these evil, mental, horrible people. So it only made sense that he would go down that road. Now you've humanized Freddy a little bit. And generally, I don't like when that happens because you end up making the villain sympathetic. And you don't want a sympathetic villain when they are this goddamned evil. But we knew there had to be more that we weren't being clued in on. We knew there had to be more that we weren't being told. Here it is. Freddy Krueger's mother, Amanda, worked at a hospital with mental patients, psychotic, and they got to her over the holidays and raped her. And she gave birth to this bastard child who became a child murderer. What a backstory. Now we understand why Freddy is the way he is, like I said. Then you factor in the fact that we have Nancy back. We have her dad back. You factor in the fact that we've got Lawrence Fishburne in this film. You know, Patricia Arquette in this film from the Arquette family. You know, you think about David, Alexis, Rosanna. Such a family. This is my favorite film because we get that backstory. And then the big reveal there when Neil discovers that Sister Mary Helena is Amanda Krueger. And all this time he's been talking to this random nun. It's been Amanda Krueger helping him lay her son's bones to piece. Amazing. Just amazing. When it comes to my rating of this one, I give this one 5 out of 5 stars. Like I said, I feel this is the best movie in the franchise. It's only going to go downhill from here. What do you guys think about Nightmare on Elm Street Part 3, The Dream Warriors? Let me know. If you're watching the premiere, leave your thoughts and comments over here. If you're watching on demand later in the day, leave your thoughts and comments down here. Let's have that conversation. Let's have that discussion. Let's engage in a debate in the comment box, host to fan viewer. Let's just get into this, man. I'm chomping at the bit to know what you guys think of the Dream Warriors. Make sure you guys tune in tomorrow, right here to the Casa D18 Studios channel, for another brand new installment of Renegades Reviews. And we're going to keep on going with the Elm Street saga. We're about halfway through A Nightmare on Elm Street 4, The Dream Master, starring Robert Englund, Lisa Wilcox, Danny Hassel, Tuesday Knight, Brooke Theiss, Toy Newkirk, Ken Sagas, and Rodney Eastman. And then on Tuesday, right here on the Casa D18 Studios channel, it'll be time for another installment of Stat Boys Sports Bar, featuring Dory Lou. The food is hot, the beer is ice cold, the seats are warm, so pull up a bar stool and engage in some professional sports conversation with the Stat Boy Mike Caldwell and his associate, his co-host, Dory Lou. You're not going to want to miss out on that right here on the Casa D18 Studios channel, right here on an all-new installment of Renegades Reviews, on an all-new installment of Stat Boy Sports Bar featuring Dory Lou. To all my fans and viewers out there, thank you so much for watching today. Make sure you smash that like button. Make sure you're subscribed. Make sure that notification bell is turned on so you don't miss out any of the videos here on the channel. Make sure you share this video with your family, friends, loved ones, movie lovers, co-workers, cinephiles, Freddy Krueger fans, Nightmare on Elm Street fans, Lawrence Fishburne fans. Anybody you can think of that would enjoy this video and my content, share this video with them. It's the only way we're going to boost up my visibility in YouTube algorithms so I can eventually get monetized, make some money on this endeavor. Thank you once again for tuning in and joining me here today. It means more to me than you'll ever know. And I will see you guys next time.